What's good? I hope you all are having an amazing day. Today I'm giving y'all my first official dribble tutorial for NBA 2K26. So if you could drop a like, sub, turn on noties, get this video to 100 likes, it'd be very much appreciated. My builds posted, dribble moves, jump shots, tall, small guard, everything's up on the page, so make sure you guys go check it out. Next, I'll be bringing you guys some gameplay, so stay tuned for the gameplay because your boy's been going crazy. Now, with that being said, pretty much all the dribble moves I'm going to be teaching you guys work on both small and tall guard builds. I'll be dropping another dribble tutorial soon in the future where I show some things that are exclusive to tall guards only. But for now, we're going to be going over a bunch of things that work on both builds. So you don't need to worry about, if you can do the dribble move on a tall guard or not. Now, when it comes to dribble moves, these are the dribble moves that I'm rocking on my small guard. I'm going to swap builds and show you guys the dribble moves that I have on my tall guard. Some things are switched around. There's some things you could change or do whatever you want with, but for the most part, these are the animations that I'm using. Zach LaVine crossover. I don't like it this year. It was really good last year. It was like a bootleg D-Fox, but now it's just bootleg. Like, there's nothing else to say about it. But yeah, these are the dribble moves that I got on right now. Breakdown combos, so you could do the little, there's a lot of really good dribble moves for tall guards this year. So expect a really good tall guard dribble tutorial coming really soon. Now that you guys got the dribble moves and everything that you need, let's hop straight into this tutorial. The next dribble move I'm going to be teaching you guys is the escape / the escape spam, so let's get straight into it. Now, the escape is a move that's been easy to do for the last few years and it has not changed at all. This year, all you're going to want to do is stand still, hold R2, and then you're going to flick your right stick either up to the left or up to the right, depending on what hand the ball is in. If the ball is in your left hand, you would stand still, hold R2, flick your right stick straight up to the right. Now, if the ball is in your right hand and you want to escape over to the left, you would hold R2, stand still, flick your right stick up to the left. So it's either diagonally up to the left or diagonally up to the right. One or the other. And when you do the escape this year, it's not like last year where if you try to spam it, it'll like do a long drag escape. This year, you could just hold R2, flick your left stick up to the left, up to the right, up to the left, up to the right, and you could pretty much just spam escapes back to back. So let me show you guys what that looks like. Now, I do apologize that I have to go back and forth between the hand cam and the actual gameplay. It's just because my Xbox remote, it doesn't connect to my PC and game at the same time for some reason, so I have to just go back and forth. So I don't know why it does that, but as far as the escape, this is what it looks like. You could spam it as fast as you want. Same with the behind the backs, everything like that. That's pretty much it, man. That's the escape. So this is what it looks like regularly. This is what it looks like when you spam it. You can spam it as fast as you want, and you could do that with any escape package. Now I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the curry slide spam / behind the back spam. You could pretty much do this with any behind the back, but it just looks the cleanest with the curry slide. So to do this, you're going to be triggering the curry slide like you normally would. You would hold R2, make sure you're standing still, and if the ball is in your right hand, you would flick your right stick down to the left. If the ball is in your left hand, you would flick it down to the right. Super easy, and just like the escape, you could just go left, right, spam it left, right. Just keep going down to the left and down to the right, and you could just pretty much spam the behind the backs. So that's how you do the behind the back. Is just R2 and then right stick diagonally down to whatever side you want to curry slide to. Now I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, and then we'll get on to the next dribble move. So that's what the curry slide spam looks like. Another very easy but effective move to speed boost out of and just to use in your combos. The first dribble move I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do is the momentum. This one's super easy. All you guys are going to want to do is make sure you're standing still. From there, you're going to want to flick your right stick straight up. Don't hold your left stick. Don't do nothing. Don't hold R2. Just flick your right stick straight up. And then you're going to hold turbo. and then move your left stick either up to the left or right, depending on what direction you want to, momentum in. So if the ball is in your left hand, you would flick your right stick straight up, hold R2, and then left stick would go up to the right. That's how you would do it if the ball is in your left hand. If the ball is in your right hand, you would flick your right stick straight up, hold R2, and then your left stick would go up to the left. Now you could spam this consistently, you could spam the momentum like it is on the old 2Ks. It is pretty easy to do when it comes to, just being able to do the momentum. So let me show you guys what it looks like. Sometimes I mess up the animation because it is a little weird this year, but you can spam it. You just got to get the timing down, and once you get the timing down, you guys will be able to spam it. I've spent more time uploading videos and recording videos than I have in the my court. So as far as my court, skills are, I'm a little rusty. My momentum skills are a little weak. But that's how you guys do the momentum. And yeah, let's get to the next move. Now this next move is a little tricky, and this is the misdirection front and the misdirection behind the back. Now this is another move that they brought back to 26, and to do this you're going to want to stand still, and then it's pretty like, okay, so the speed you're going to flick your sticks, I'm going to compare it to a combo move. So you guys remember in 25 how fast you had to flick your stick from left to right to get that combo move. It had to be super quick in order to get it to activate. That's pretty much how you're going to want to do this misdirection. You got to do it super fast or it will not activate. So with that being said, if the ball is in your right hand and you're standing still, you're going to flick your right stick up to the left or down to the left. And then you're going to hold R2 and then flick it either up to the right or down to the right. So that's pretty much what you're going to want to do to get the misdirection right. If you want the forward misdirection, if the ball's in your right hand, you would go up to the left. If the ball's in your left hand, you would go up to the right. If you want the behind the back, if the ball's in your right hand, you would go down to the left. If the ball's in your left hand, you would go down to the right. So you're doing that first flick, you're pretty much just kind of doing the flick twice, right? You're doing it one to the side and then another one to the opposite side. Now that might sound confusing, but you're pretty much, let's say you wanted to do the behind the back misdirection, right? Ball is in your right hand, you would pretty much just flick it down to the left, hold R2, and then just flick it down to the right. So you're pretty much just doing the same thing but opposite with the right stick. So for the behind the back, you would stand still, flick it down to the left real fast, hold R2, and then flick it down to the right real fast. It's pretty much all you got to do. You can either flick it up to the left or up to the right, or down to the left and then down to the right, and then you're going to hold R2 and just perform the opposite action. So that one, it might be a little confusing. They made the misdirection a little bit harder, Mike Wang said, so it could be a little bit of a skill gap for people. But let me show you guys what it looks like. That's the forward misdirection. You see, sometimes you'll get like a crossover if you don't do it fast enough or you don't do it right. You could chain a lot of moves out of it. And then if you want to do the behind the back version, hold on, there's the behind the back version. So misdirection, it's in the game, it's very nice, and you definitely can combo it with dribble moves. So don't sit there and think that, as you guys can see, you could chain it with a lot of moves, cancel it whenever you want. It's just one of those moves that'll take a little bit of getting used to, flicking that stick differently than you used to. I'm just saying a whole lot of confusing stuff right now. I'm just going to skip to the next dribble move. Now, the next dribble move I'm going to be showing you guys is another one that's super easy, and you guys should be able to just get it down instantly, and that's the retreat size up. Now, a lot of people have been asking me how to do this, even though I feel like a lot of people have talked about how to do it. So let me just go over it real quick. With this one, you're going to hold your left stick down. Just literally hold it down so you can walk backwards, and then just flick your right stick straight up. That's all you got to do, and then you'll start getting that retreat size up animation. Let me show you guys what it looks like. You don't even need to use R2. All you're pretty much doing is just walking backwards, left stick down, and flick straight up with the right stick. And you guys will get those retreat size up combos that you're seeing on the screen. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do the Scotty behind the back. This is another thing they brought back in 2K26, and it's something that if you use it right, it's super overpowered. If you use it wrong, you're getting the ball stole every time. You know, if you use a behind the back, a moving behind the back or moving spin, and you bump into anybody, that ball is just going to start rolling down the court. So you have to use these things right, but it is super overpowered. To do this, all you're going to want to do is hold R2 and run forward, even if it's just literally doing a dribble move, holding R2 and just running forward a tiny bit. Literally, as soon as you start running forward with turbo, you can flick your right stick either down to the left or down to the right, depending on what hand the ball is in, what hand. Yeah, I said that right. I don't know what's wrong with me, y'all, but so if the ball is in your left hand, you would just run up the court holding turbo and you would flick down to the right. If the ball is in your right hand, you would just run up the court and flick down to the left. It's super easy, and I mean it's super overpowered. I'll show you guys real quick what it looks like when you use it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm low key. I have so many videos to record, so many things to do that I'm low key like just sitting here dozing out sometimes. That's how overpowered it is. I mean, if you use it to split a defender, let's say you're running to this side, right? There's somebody in that corner. You know, there's either a lock or a popper guarding one of your teammates in that corner because you're running ISO. There's somebody in each corner, somebody on your team and a defensive player. And let's say you want a rim run, but you don't want that person to pick up or to, you know, reach on you as soon as you're getting ready to pass by like there. If you want to avoid that switch, avoid that reach, and just burst through the middle, hit them with one of them. Woo! I'm telling you, man, I am telling you. Next up is the snatchback. This one's another super easy one, so I'm not going to take much time on it. All you do is hold R2, flick your right stick straight down. That's literally all you got to do, and then you'll get that snatchback animation. And the snatchback animation, this is what it looks like. Well, if you got my SIGs on, this is what it would look like, but it looks different depending on what SIGs you guys got on. There's a lot of different really good step backs in this game, but that's just how you guys perform a step back. Next up on the list is the hesitation. Now, hesitations, these are really good. Last year I used Tyrese Halliburton hesitation. I mean, I overused that thing. Like, it was just so good. I mean, there's a lot of really good hesitations out there. So all you're going to want to do a hesitation is stand still, hold R2, and then flick your right stick either straight to the left or straight to the right, depending on what hand the ball is in. You're just going to flick it to the same side. So if the ball is in your right hand, you're holding R2, flicking your right stick straight to the right. If the ball is in your left hand, all you're doing is flicking it straight to the left. That's all you got to do. After that, you could speed boost right out of it, and you can even do the fake hezi like you used to be able to do in 2K22. It just depends what animation you guys got on. Now let me show you what the hezi looks like with Kobe White. There's a lot of other really good hesitations in the game, and I might test some of them out. You know, I got a lot of other dribble moves that I'm going to be posting. There's going to be a full-on glitchy dribble tutorial coming soon, so just stay tuned for that. But that's what the hezi looks like. I honestly might end up changing mine in the future, but regardless, you guys know how to use the hezi, so if you end up choosing a different one, that is completely up to you guys. Now, my adrenaline just drains so fast in here, but you could also do that fake peek that I was telling you guys about. Hold on. It works better with LaMelo Ball, but there's a lot of different hesitations where you just pretty much stop, you hit the hesitation, and then you keep running. And it's just a really good fake out that you could use. to get somebody off guard and then switch back to the other direction. It's just a good way to left and right for the people that are left righters out there. All right, now this next dribble move, I don't even think you guys need a tutorial for, but I love doing it, and I've loved doing it since like 23. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, and that's the breakdown combo. It doesn't matter what breakdown move you got on, you know, all these dribble moves like the behind the back spam, the escape spam, you could do those with any animation. It's just gonna look different depending on what animation you got on. Same with this one. So when it comes to the breakdown combo, all you're gonna do is hold R2 and flick your right stick straight up. I mean, it's super easy. R2 straight up. So, I mean, I'll show you guys what it looks like in game. I love just comboing with this breakdown move, so you know, it's just personal preference for me, but that's what it looks like right there, the jaw. You can also speed boost really fast out of it, which is really cool. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite moves to chain into combos. So yeah, that's the Ja Morant breakdown combo, and that's how you guys do breakdown combos. Another thing that I want to show you guys real quick is the moving crossovers. Now they switched it a tiny bit. Last year you could just hold R2, run forward, and just flick straight up on the stick, and you would just get the moving crossover. This year you can't flick straight up on the stick to get the moving crossover, so I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. You know, the animation I got, I think it's Lonzo Ball. You guys can check my dribble moves, you already seen them. But whatever animation I got for moving crossover, it is super glitchy. Like I'm telling you, it's one of the best crossovers in the game. Now to do the crossovers in 26, all you got to do is hold R2, run straight forward or run in whatever direction, and then you're going to flick your right stick either up to the left or up to the right depending on what hand the ball is in. If the ball's in your left hand, you would flick it up to the right so you could cross over to the right. If the ball is in your right hand, you would just flick it up to the left to cross over to the left. It's a super easy move, something that honestly doesn't even require me teaching you how to do it. But this crossover is so glitchy and I've been using it for days, so I just thought I might as well put you guys on. But it's super nice. I mean, yeah, man, that's how you do the little crossover. Now I'm gonna teach you two moves in one real quick because some of these are just super easy, and I feel like, you know, they're just so easy to where I can explain a few of them at the same time for you guys. Now, the Ja Morant go-to shot, this is another move that I love to chain in my combos, but you have to do it from your opposite ball hand. So if the ball is in your left hand and the left hand is your dominant hand, that's the hand you want to trigger the animation from. If the ball is in your right hand, you're not going to really want to trigger the animation then. If you're a, you know, left hand dominant player. If you're a right hand dominant player, do it out the right hand. It just looks and works a lot better when you do it out of your dominant hand. So with that being said, go-to shots, they're super easy. I mean, I feel like everybody should know how to perform them, especially after having them all year on 25. You just hold R2 and then hold your right stick straight up. That is all you got to do. R2, right stick straight up. Once you see the animation playing out, you can cancel it at any time. Now, the next thing I'm going to be showing you guys is the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper into the half spin. Now, to do the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper, right, you're going to hold R2 and then you're going to hold your right stick to the opposite side of the ball hand. So let's say you're doing an escape and the ball is going to move from the left to the right hand, and the ball is in your right hand, then you would hold R2 and then hold your right stick straight to the left. If the ball is in your left hand, you would hold it straight to the right to get that glitchy hop jumper to activate. So that's how you do the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper. Now to do the glitchy spin out of it, so you're gonna hold R2, you're gonna hold your right stick straight to the left, you're gonna get that Jordan Clarkson to activate. After it activates, literally immediately after it activates, you're going to hold your left stick down so you could run backwards. After that, you could hold R2 and you could rotate your right stick from either top left to top right or top right to top left, depending on what hand the ball is in. But when you rotate that right stick from, you know, do that little spin like that you're seeing me do right now, it'll give you guys that half spin out of the Jordan Clarkson. So you guys are probably confused. You're probably like, yo, what does all this stuff look like? Let me show you guys. So for the first one, the Ja Morant hop jumper, I mean the go-to shot, Ja Morant go-to shot. Like I said, ball's in your dominant hand. So my dominant hand would be the left hand. I love to do this out of an escape. So I would escape to the left hand, hold R2, and then hold your right stick straight up, and you'll get that animation right there. It's a really good animation to rim run. When you chain it, it looks clean. You can snatch back off of it. It's just a really good move to put in your combos. Now the next one, the Jordan Clarkson hop jumper. Now, like I told you guys, I like to do it out of the escape because it's a kind of a move where you cancel dribble moves. So you could do the Curry slide, Jordan Clarkson. It's something that you do after a dribble move and it just looks very clean. So you guys see that, the escape and then Jordan Clarkson. So the Jordan Clarkson, like I said, you're holding R2 and then you're gonna hold your right stick to the opposite side. So if the ball is in your right hand, it would be straight to the left. If the ball is in your left hand, it'd be straight to the right. Now it doesn't work to both sides. It only works to, you can only do it out of your opposite ball hand. So if you're a left hand my player, you can only do it out of the right hand. If you're a right hand my player, you can only do it out of the left hand. It's just one of those things where it only works to one side. So that's how you do the Jordan Clarkson. Now to do the half spin out of it like this, hold on, my fault y'all, my fault. I'm a little rusty, man. I just woke up from my 15-minute nap. But to do the half spin like that, you're just doing exactly as I told you. You're gonna hold R2 and then hold your right stick straight to the left to get the hop jumper activated. As soon as you get the hop jumper activated, left stick straight down to run backwards. From there, when you do that little rotation that I showed you with the right stick, for left hand my players, right? So when you're running backwards like this, you would move your right stick from top left to top right with the spin. If you're going back the other way, which would just be like, see, my player is not going to do it right now, but if you're going the other way, then you would just do right to top left. But when you're running back and the ball is in your left hand like that, you're going to go from top left to top right. But once you do that top left to top right when you're running backwards, you'll get that half spin right there. And if you run at a nice enough angle, you could get that other glitchy spin, that one right there. But it's the same exact way, you're just rotating that right stick from top left to top right. Now this next one I'm about to show you guys is an ISO fan favorite, the Moonwalk. Now to do the Moonwalk, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna hold your left stick down a little bit. So you see how my left stick is down a little bit? And you're gonna spam down on the D-pad to do like a dribbling emote. So you're spamming down on the D-pad and you're moving your left stick down. From there, when you see the animation triggers a little bit, you'll be able to just move your left stick a tiny bit freely and just move around a little bit. But you're really, all you're doing is just holding your left stick down and then spamming down on that D-pad. And I'll show you guys what that pretty much does. So down on the left stick, down on the D-pad, and then when you start turning your character, as you can see, you'll be able to, you know, move around and actually moonwalk a little bit like that. So yeah, that's pretty much how you moonwalk. Super easy and super simple. Now this is another dribble move I'm seeing a lot of people struggling with, and that is the nutmeg. Now to do the nutmeg, it's very similar to last year, just a tiny bit different. So you're gonna wanna run forward holding R2, and you're gonna flick your right stick diagonally down to the opposite side the ball is in. So if the ball is in your right hand, it will go down to the left. If the ball is in your left hand, it will go down to the right. Now after you do that first flick, so let's say the ball is in your left hand, right? Ball is in your left hand, you're running down holding R2, you would flick it down to the right, and then you would flick it up to the left. So it's either down to the left and up to the right, or it's down to the right and up to the left. Ball is in your left hand, down to the right, up to the left. Ball is in your other hand, you're going down to the left, up to the right. You feel me? So It's really easy. It's just all about the angle that you're running at. Because if you just run at a certain angle, like if you're just running literally straight forward, sometimes it'll just give you a behind the back. So you kind of have to angle your left stick. But when you play around with it, I'm sure you'll get it. Last year, all it was down to the left, like the behind the back animation, and then you would just go straight up. This year, it would be down to the left and then up to the right. So instead of you flicking straight up after, doing that first flick, it would be either up to the right or up to the left. That's all they changed about the nutmeg. So running up the court, holding R2, ball's in your left hand, you're flicking down to the right and then up to the left. Ball's in your left hand and you're going down. Ball's in your right hand and you're going down, you would go down to the left and then up to the right. That's all you guys got to do for the nutmeg. Now let me show you guys what it looks like in the game. I haven't gotten it down like really fully too great, but I got it down good enough to where, I should be able to do it on command for the video. Yeah, so as you guys could see, it's all about the angle you're running at, or you'll get up behind the back like I just did. But yeah, it's just all about that angle. You gotta do them flicks fast enough, and you just gotta make sure that you're running at a good enough angle to get that nutmeg animation. But that's how you do the nutmeg in 26. Now this is where things get a little crazy. The 720 spin, this might be the hardest one for you guys to get down. Now to do this one, you're gonna need Zion Williamson triple threat style, right? You're gonna catch the ball. So as soon as you catch the ball, you cannot dribble, right? As soon as you catch the ball, you're gonna flick up on the right stick to get a jab step. You gotta get the same jab step that you guys are seeing me do in the video. In a second here, I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. But you're gonna flick your right stick straight up to the right. Diagonally up to the right. I don't know why I say straight up sometimes, I apologize. But you're gonna flick it diagonally up to the right. After you flick it diagonally up to the right, you're gonna get a jab step. As soon as you see your player start moving, literally as soon as you flick your right stick diagonally up to the right, before the animation even starts doing anything, the second you see your player move, you're gonna hold R2, you're gonna rotate your right stick from bottom left to top right like that. Bottom left to top right, right? And then you're gonna hold your right stick straight to the left. That's all while holding turbo. So what you're doing is flicking your right stick up to the right, you're gonna get the jab, you're gonna hold R2, do a spin with the right stick from bottom left to top right, and then you're gonna hold your right stick straight to the left. If you do it all right and you get the timing down, the timing is the most important thing. It's not one of those dribble moves where you could just sit there, mess up the timing and hope to get it right. No, you'll probably spend an hour trying to figuring out the timing and figuring out how to get it exactly. But when you flick your right stick up to the right, that's the jab you're looking for. As soon as your foot moves, literally as soon as your foot moves, R2, you're gonna do the spin with the right stick and then hold the right stick to the right, and you'll pretty much get a glitchy animation like that. Depending on your timing will change the animation you get, okay? So I'm gonna do it a few times and just show you a couple different animations. There's the one that you really want to get right there. If you do it perfectly, that's the animation that you guys will get. If you don't do it perfectly, see, sometimes they got my player grabbing the ball weird. See, sometimes they make my player grab the ball funky, bro. I don't know why they do that, but I don't know why my player keeps catching the ball like that. It's low-key stressing me out. But you guys understand. I showed you what the glitchy spin looks like. It's really just looking at different animations. I don't know why my player is acting like he doesn't know how to do a jab step the right way now, because he keeps holding the ball. Like last year, it never did that. I don't know why my jab is doing that, and it's just being so weird. But yeah, that's how you guys do the 720 spin. That's gonna be the last move that I show you today. I still have a bunch of stuff in the vault that I haven't showed you guys, but I can't show you everything in one video. I gotta give you guys something to look forward to, so then you guys could sit here and come back to the channel, you feel me? So with that being said, make sure you guys drop that like, sub, turn on post notifications. It would be very much appreciated. And yeah, until the next time your boy Han is out, this is my first official dribble tutorial in NBA 2K26.